scrumptious jelly beans, and chocolate-covered donuts. HEX is not dead. Should go without saying. It's actually doing fairly well. Everything except the price, which is important sometimes. Anyways, yeah, I want to do a stream. I might not do one tomorrow. Got a busy day, so I'm like, might as well get one in tonight. Got a little bit. I'm going to be eating a chocolate. Let's see, this is like a brownie milkshake deal. This is my concern level for HEX right now. It's really good. It's got like some cookies and brownie. It's pretty good. One of the carb smart ones. So it's actually not too bad for you, even late at night. Not too bad. So, Godfather J6, what's happening, man? Good day to you, Chris. Yeah, shout out to Australians who are listening in right now. Probably morning time, your time. If you all caught the Cultivate Crypto stream earlier, very good stream with Charlie. Very cool. Had a very good conversation. With this, yeah, I think I'm just going to go through. If you saw in the thumbnail, I just want to go through some of just the funny HEX tweets, I guess you could say, and also some good stats. So I got to have this guy on, Ben Sierra. I like a lot of stuff he posts. And bring up on the screen. Yeah, Ben Sierra. Gotta have him on the show sometime. He's been posting some pretty cool stuff. The only system in the world where you can increase your relative share of the ownership towards others by time is HEX. See, very concise, very nice, nuanced, but like also relatable to general people. You know, people outside of the HEX community and otherwise. You just can't do that with any other store value system like Bitcoin or gold. Touche, Ben. Touche. So yeah, I want to have you on the show to talk more about all of the stats and your background and all that stuff too. Just gotta shoot me a DM if you see this. Otherwise, I'll shoot you a DM at some point as well. Most of the primary activity for HEX on Ethereum was swap activity in 2023. Administrative activity increased 35 to 37% Q1. Transfer of people's use of PulseChain bridge. Yeah, some really cool stats here. Staking activity decreased 11% as well as other charts. That activity in PulseChain is not counted as pure in Ethereum. Yeah, very cool stats. Yeah, I'll put his Twitter. Put his Twitter in the chat if you guys are interested. So, yeah, I want to go through some of the. See if he's got anything else interesting here too. Yeah, Crispy Man again. Crispy does all kinds of amazing stats. Has HEXFIRE.io. Shout out to him as well. I have to have Crispy on the show sometime too. See, I keep asking people about, staking. Is anyone making ladders and stuff? I've said I made a bunch of ladders, or a bunch of. I made more stakes recently than I have in a very long time, or maybe at all, honestly. And I'm actually waiting for some. I'm waiting to make some more. Honestly, I may be making some more, especially these prices. Max HEX T-shares versus total T-share forecast bet opportunity now. So I'm saying stuff like this. I don't know how people are. I don't know if they're distracted. I'm going to ask Gold Key. I got Gold Key coming on Friday for Mad Gains Mindset. I got a ton of content to go through with him. Should be a very good stream. I'm very excited to talk to him and create that content because I love the mindset streams in general, especially when we got Gold Key. He's a class act, Maximus guys creating all kinds of value out there. But I'm just looking at, you look at this and it's just, I don't get it. See, this amid potential value staking across just foods play out forecast. I don't know. I don't know why people aren't talking about staking HEX more right now, making new HEX miners, whatever you want to call it. See, more interesting stuff. That's why I like this guy. I like his tweets a lot. I don't know him personally. I guess I can say I like the guy, but I like his tweets certainly right now. 7 years is the average staking length for active stakes on Ethereum. However, in recent months, the average length of new stakes has been decreasing. In July, we saw an all-time low, 2.7 years. Is that just the month of July? That's cool how you can get an average of new stakes length by month. That's pretty cool. So this is good data. Let me post this in the chat too. Very cool stuff. Morning Crypto Class, shout out to you as well. I have to, I'd like to have you on the show sometime. Whoa, Crispy, you're here. Didn't even see you. What's up, man? Yeah, I was just talking about you. Great data. Sounds like we should have Crispy back on the show sometime to talk about this. Yeah, I did invite you to the open mic, but you weren't able to make it. Dang. Maybe next week. I got all security streams though. I got next week unofficially crypto security week. I've got to stream every day next week. Should be fun. But anyways, back to crypto class. Yeah, have you on the show sometime, and yeah, we'll have to get together and stream sometime. I like a lot of the shows you do and a lot of the people you have on there as well. Anyways, yeah, this is by month. It's very interesting to see people making, 10. So let's just do the quick math. So we got, let's just say 2,200 divided by 365. Oops, 365. So we see, okay, like 6 years. 6 years, we have like 1,400. 365. Not that it really matters, but 3.8 years. Interesting. July, we said all-time low, 957 days. So 957. Yeah, 2.62, 2.7. Interesting. So if we go by July, let's see, where's July in here? Yeah, July. Okay. Okay, I guess it doesn't show the number on here, but okay, so 957 days, July. So if you do 2.7 years, yeah, people, I don't know, if you're making stakes, if you believe we're going to get into the bull market, again, if you're making a ladder versus you're just making a bigger stake that you want to come out. If you're making a ladder, I don't know, it seems like if you think the bull market's going to top out 2025, 2026, somewhere through there, it seems like, I guess, 2.7 years, you kind of, I don't know, maybe you think it's going to top out. I would leave, I don't, for me personally, again, I don't give advice, but for me personally, I would leave myself some room if I were making big stakes or ladders that we're trying to do any sort of timing on cycles. Yeah, I don't dare trade as far as timing and otherwise. Every time I do it, it doesn't work out. It's like, well, I know why I don't do it. Every time I try to be, oh, you know what? If I just sell at a certain time, it'll be good. There's a difference between that and holding. So I've told this before. Like I'm very good at holding, but sometimes I think I hold too long and I miss the top in a lot of the cycles. Not every time, but I don't always take enough profit. That's something I want to get better at too. This is going on my third cycle I've been here. So you could have worse falls, right? Not that bad. I'd rather do that than like sell the bottom every time. That sounds, yeah, could be worse. However, I think especially if you're laddering and you're trying to time the top of the next cycle and you want to pay yourself, a bunch of different ways. I did a whole stream on staking and ladders and like different ways to look at it, timing, and all that stuff is according to your goals, your time horizon, how much you have, what you can do with it. But if I'm doing that, I'm giving myself some room. If I think top's going to be in mid 2026 or whatever, yeah, maybe I would probably start ending mine 2025 if I'm trying to hit it where I'm going to get the most ROI as far as that goes. But that's all short-term stuff. Again, if you're going for the, if you're going for 5555 stuff, especially if you make a HMI with Hadron V2, you get you get the bonus and stuff like that. And a lot of those, especially if we get Akos and Hedron back not healthy, but what's a good word for it? Back I don't know if they'll ever be fair value, but at least a lot closer than they are now. It's kind of, you can't, you're going to have to take a big haircut if you're trying to trade in HSI for ICOSA, like at least last time I looked right now, because the prices are so depressed right now. So, but even for that type of stuff, that's actually two good strategies. That's two things that I think are very interesting. One is, for example, if you're trying to time the top of the next bull, whatever year that is, laddering up to or around that sounds interesting. The other one is making HSIs or HMIs coming up, the 5555 ones, having those in your pocket to trade in for ICOSA or otherwise, or maybe there's another marketplace coming up as well. That's another strategy where you can get get the T-shares, get the bonus for locking up stuff like that, and then they're still portable. So if you want to trade them or whatever you want to do with them, that's available as well. But those are sort of short-term strategies. Again, it's everyone's timing. If you're saying, okay, I don't care about the next cycle, it may take some profit here and there, but I'm really looking to get the T-shares for the cycle after that. Or literally, I'm like, hey, I'm in this for what is it, 3650, 10 years, or 5555, 15 years. There's a lot of opportunities. That's what's so cool about this. The product's built around HEX. And that's why, RHMax for his ideals. I love his products. I love products that build on his products. I love HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, Inc. is included in that as well. And then you have Hedron, Maximus, Power City, Liquid Loans, all this stuff that's building in the ecosystem to make things easier or have some kind of positive feedback loop, or are otherwise necessary as banking apps in some way, shape, or form. But just the collateralization, the derivatives, the building on top of these products to make it easier for people to come in, get liquidity if they choose that way, or keep themselves honest. Not lead them from temptation with native stakes. I also like that feature as well. It's a really beautiful thing. So, anyways, talked a little bit about on that, but let me get back to the chat here before I go down to the Twitter. 2.7 is a real number per se. The average of shorties, longliners. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not the real. That's true. Yeah, you can't really go off that data. It's just kind of one of those. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Crispy. Yeah, I shouldn't be thinking that like that is the. I guess a better way of looking at it would be a list of them and then taking a look at what the most ones are, and then trying to see what people are trying to time deriving from those dates. That'd be interesting to talk about. But yeah, 2.7, yeah, it's probably not the best one to look at because it's just the average. You're right. Anyways, the ideal of what we're talking about is, that's something to think about. Plug in some numbers and try to see where you think, at least, again, you can look at what other people are doing, but also think about what you're trying to do to achieve your goals and whatever your time horizon is. And then HEX it to the X clear set next time around. Let's see my 21 profits. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, I guess we were talking about when I was riffing on my one of my things to get better at is taking profits when we're all-time highs. And it's not, I don't even think it's because of, I don't know. It's really one of those things where the product's just so good. It's kind of, I think it really requires extra diligence to just make sure that it's not even about FOMO, and it's not even about, oh, it can go so much higher. I mean, that's part of it. But the other part is just being able to, once you find a good product, being able to separate the emotion from the capitalistic part of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely in it. I think money is a tool. I'd like to make a lot of it, to do useful things with it. And, I think I can definitely get better at that in certain aspects, one of which I just explained. But the other part is just staying around and I guess one way to look at it is what you have, what I have, again, talk about myself, what I have as far as the money printers part goes and what I'm willing to give up at what certain time. And the other part is how I'm able to either DCA or buy bottoms, get things when they're cheaper, and then hopefully make so much from that I can part with some of it when we're near the top or whatever time horizon I'm looking forward to do. If I want to make a big purchase, or if I want to live off passive income, or I'm trying to replace some sort of income stream or revenue or otherwise. For now, I think it's useful to convert some things to dollars. If I could just pay everything in HEX, that'd be great too. However, if you have ambitions and you have things you want to do in the world right now, not everywhere accepts HEX. So it's, but did you get a Rolex? I didn't get a Rolex. However, I got a Burbear. Nobody said Burbear, but you said Rolex, and that's the next keyword. So boom, Burberry bear. All right, I need some more of this milkshake before it melts. I made it for myself, but I'm talking a lot. Again, this is my concern. My crypto concerns. It's actually pretty good when it melts like that. Crypto making a fun quiz show. Not this Friday. Oh, cool. Yeah. I love to do that. I love doing artist trivia on my show as well and giving away prizes. I used to do that quite a bit. I used to give away a lot of Watsons, but I still got a couple left. I'll pick a good event. Maybe next time Alex comes on the show. I have to do that. What if HEX becomes deflationary by platforms and dApps implementing various burn features to eliminate RH tokens? Well, I mean, there's plenty of HEX out there. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. OA holds plenty of it as well. I don't know. That seems good for price. Nothing else. More things that are either burning or putting not sell pressure on HEX, holding it in certain ways, staking, going up. Burn features to eliminate RH tokens. I'm not sure how far you want to take that one, like eliminate. I don't think we're going to get that much down in supply. If so, good problem to have as far as that goes. I don't think you're going to get to a state where you can't transact because the HEX is so rare or Pulse is so rare or whatever. Richard talked about this too. What did he mention before? I don't remember which one he's talking about. I think it was in regard to PulseChain or PulseX, but he was like, yeah, if we don't have enough coins to trade, we could just fork again and, fix the coins, fix whatever. So yeah, these are solvable problems. Blockchain's immutable. Forks, require consensus, or we'll get consensus one way or another. But yeah, don't think it's a concern. I'll start drinking this thing. Boy, that's good. That tasty, no concerns. Whew. All right, Mr. Chuck. Stake for 5,555 and triple the amount of HEX you get back plus price appreciation. That is true, sir. That is true. Do like that. Do like those tokenomics. So that community, easy sale, good product, really helps people, is on sale. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's almost the tragic part. It's like people see price go down, and generally speaking, it's like a bad signal. But then if you have opportunity mindset, for example, you see, okay, what is the product? If the price goes down and it's a good product, and you believe it'll go up in the future, then you can, make rational decisions from that. HEX is such a good product. I don't even think we need, I've seen the marketing, 38%, 40% APY. Went up 10,000x, flawless operation, 100% uptime, all that stuff. I think the biggest thing that that would get people interested is if, first of all, they see all the products that fail. That's what, I talked about the documentary, I did the review. I wish they would have talked a little bit more about that, or maybe they will in the next one or so, about the products that have not did well, that have tried to do something around locking coins up and then losing them. And then where HEX can't do that. HEX can't lose your coins. You can lose your coins, but HEX can't lose your coins. I think it's a very underrated portion. Forget all the numbers and crazy stuff like that. HEX can't lose your coins. It keeps you honest and can't just go bankrupt. So I think that's the underrated part. And HEX lives. It certainly does. HEX is very much alive. Yeah, I need to go on what I was actually trying to do here, which was I'll talk to the chat one more time. I see Jerry's in there. I wanted to go by what I put in earlier, the thumbnail. It's pretty funny. Let me talk to the chat though. I really just came to talk to the chat. See, I just felt like streaming. So, do I need a reason? I just felt like streaming. And I'm like, yeah, let's talk about HEX being cool. Can't be bad to talk about that, right? People won't be able to ignore HEX once T-shirts price Bitcoin. Ooh, yeah, we talked about that before too. I think was that I did with DCC. I think I have a clip of like, will a T-shirt cost as much as Bitcoin one day or something like that? Pretty crazy. It can go, as Richard would say, the numbers can go higher than you imagine, and they can go lower than you imagine as well. Bro, you have an up dog on the side of your neck. I don't know what that means, Jerry. I mean, unplug dad. What is an up dog? I don't see anything on the side of my neck. Thanks for that is just a funny. What is it? Did you misspell something? What is an up dog? You're gonna make me Google up dog? I don't. It's probably not anything good if I do. Oh shoot! I should probably scroll down. There we go. You don't want to see me like up there streaming the other stuff as well I was talking about. What's up, Doug? Hex is king. There we go. Mineral trestles. Yes, that's true. Limit orders on PulseChain. I don't know. Are they? I always joke you can just do LP and you can try to. I mean, don't do LP unless you really know what you're doing. However, I think there's some similarities to limit orders on that where you can try to get a deal on one coin if you have another coin, and it's a lot more work to actually use them like limit orders. But there's some interesting similarities between them. Baltimore Hex says stressful struggle. Well, hope your struggle isn't quite as stressful after. Hopefully, we get some good news and Hex to the moon, and we all struggle less and have less stress. Good times. You also try fasting, meditation, general techniques there as well to do that. Friendship is very good. I like friends. Friendship, relationships, good relationships, healthy stuff. Richard, go look at Richard's self-help videos. There's a lot of good stuff on that too. Not to you in particular, but just in general, there's plenty of ways to, happy, healthy, in a lot of ways. All RH ecosystem moon after SEC BS fails most support product history. That's what we're certainly looking forward to. I mean, I think that would be the cherry on top. SEC fails a bunch of these cases, clear overreach, and then RH. I just, it's Richard Hart Wynn, right? Somebody pointed out today. It's literally in his name, in his Twitter name, Richard Hart Wynn. Guy's got a lot of resources. Guy's got a lot of brain power. A lot of people like him. Just because, bad news, but it looks like, he's got a lot of haters and stuff too. He's got a lot of people who like him, especially our community. And I don't think he loses. So, good. Anyways, gonna go. Let me probably finish this milkshake. Again, this is my concerned milkshake, and it is no more. Milkshake no more. Love milkshakes. White man proud. What a name. Hex PulseChain is dead. After all the good news, the shitcoin still went down -5%. While all over shitcoins in general got a green can. What an analysis here. What a point in time to pick out to say Ponzi dies without new blood. Well, there's a lot to dissect there. I mean, this seems like a short-term looking at the chart. Somehow just looking at other coins that might have went green for a minute while Hex didn't for a second there. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to dissect this. Ponzi dies without new blood. I think if you look at everything in the world, people don't contribute to 401k. Stock market might not do so well either. Every single system requires people to come in, refresh it over time, believe in it, sacrifice, and then if it's a good thing, it thrives. So I'm not going to talk about the actual stats of Hex holders growing every day and all that stuff. I just, yeah, it just seems like a less than informed tweet there, Mr. White, proud man. Hope you're able to see the wonderful thing that we call Hex crypto and all of the good things about it. Storyteller, remember when people telling Hex dead? Yeah, so it also does this too, 80% pump in 4 days. That is the thing it tends to do from some time. What time to be alive? Some people would be fearful of missed opportunity while claiming PulseChain is dead after 3 months from launch. Yeah, it is weird. Again, I don't know why. It's like, is it just people just don't know Richard and his history? You have to literally just not know anything about the ecosystem to believe that billions of dollars that were sacrificed for a system, it could just die. The build. Okay, I'll tell you. Maybe I don't know about the number one. It may be number two. Let's call it number two. One of the top reasons it gives me so much information or so much confidence about PulseChain and Hex and all this stuff, especially let's just say PulseChain for now, is we have people, and I've talked to a lot of smart people on the channel who are building products, forking code, new stuff, forks of stuff, adding all the different features, think about the tokenomics, people spending years and their own money or SAC money or otherwise, spending a lot of economic energy, doing things, going out of their way to build stuff in this ecosystem and to create products to make sure we have all the tools we need and everyone onboarded has everything they need to hit the ground running, or at least eventually once everything launches and goes smoothly and all this stuff. Laying the infrastructure, laying the pipes, putting in the work. I've never seen so many people doing that. So many intelligent people, not just random people doing random stuff. This is people on a mission to create good products on a new L1. That gives me so much more confidence. Let me read the other scenario. Let's say PulseChain launched and we're like, oh, we're still waiting for people to build on it. That would be a completely different story. I'd be like, whoa, like, why are we still waiting? What happened here? Like literally when Richard announced PulseChain the first time, and he kept talking about, oh yeah, I've heard people who already want to build stuff on it. I literally didn't take it that seriously. I literally was like, yeah, I know. Yeah, of course people want to build on it. Sure they do, blah, blah. Like I literally didn't think people took PulseChain as seriously as they clearly do. Back then, that was 2.5 years ago or so. So much for, all the SAC phases for all the products and all the people and all the dev teams and all the code and all the people doing interviews and creating content, all the stuff. How is that just going to die? Like, how does it just go away? Like, it doesn't work that way. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense in the real world, in the crypto world. There's no rug pull. Hundreds of people who've been working on products that need the thing to work. If anything, it would make more sense for them to demand the thing work better from time to time, or whatever they need. The PulseX issues and PulseChain bridge stuff, and we're still getting the Oracle services spun up and all that stuff too. Transaction fees, whatever it is, like people they have a vested interest. They are aligned. And Richard himself is aligned for glory. And glory doesn't mean failure. Glory means lots and lots of success. So, I don't know what dead means for that. It's pretty strange to think about. What's up, Richard? All tickets RH come on stream again. Hex with pump. I wouldn't doubt that if RH came on stream. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that's something a lot of people like, and will give a lot of people hope, or it's kind of one of those self-fulfilling things, right? Like, they think there's hope, so other people think there's hope, and then they buy a little bit, and the price goes up, and now it's kind of like a self-fulfilling deal. So there's some causation on that as well. But in general, people like a breath of fresh air, and RH streaming. I've clipped like 250 of his clips. I love to see the guy's old stuff. I'd love to see some new stuff too, but I'm not holding my breath either. If he doesn't come on, whatever. It's cool. He did enough. The dude did enough. Like, I don't expect anything from him anymore. I don't expect anything that he doesn't expect of himself. He's did enough. He's given me So that's literally why I started streaming year and a half ago or whatever. I came out from being passive in the community, even though I've been watching Richard since 2017. I wanted to give back because this community and HEX and now PulseChain, the whole thing has given me so much. And I thought, hey, I need to have more utility in this. Like I want to participate more. I want to help more. That's why I started creating content. You are 2D R 2R. You're 2D R 2R. Man, that's hard to say with even spacing it out. Anyways, appreciate your channel. You're informed and provided knowledge is needed. Thank you, Max. Thank you very much. You're 2DR2. I want to say DR2, but it's D2R every time. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Always good to hear nice comments. I don't hear them all the time, but I like to hear them. Need some opium, Max. Feeling down the spirit of bear. I hear you, man. I hear you. Sometimes I think, I don't want to say I get down, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish things were different, this, that, or whatever. And then I think about, again, being someone who's streaming in the community who, I know all the narratives, I know all the pros, I know all the cons, I know all the risks, I know all this stuff. Again, look at my Twitter, first principles thinker, right? I pride myself on being as objective as possible. Of course, I have some bias. RHMax was, of course, I have some bias, but I recognize the bias and I try to separate it from learning and understanding and putting the points on each side of the table to help me make better decisions. So I know that when I'm feeling down, I know there's probably a lot of people who are just passive in and out of the community. Not saying you're one of those people, but just the average person in the community, it's probably easier for them to get down and just think, oh, they don't always have these key points on top of their mind to keep them from getting down or whatever. So I get it, man. I get it. This is not the opium channel. I don't know what else to say other than it's just about belief, man. It's about belief. It's about data. It's about there's some people who take belief out of it entirely and they think purely on a charts, purely on a technical analysis, purely on a capitalistic perspective, they see these prices and they know what crypto does and they make decisions from there. And then some people look at it and say, hey, this is way too much bad publicity. This is way too much volatility. I don't want part of this. I don't like the, perception or whatever. And they make decisions based on that. And then, I can just tell you that it feels good to be part of this community. And it feels good to be in an ecosystem that is fighting for the values that are healthy and aren't perfect, but are good enough. They're good enough to win. I guess that's the way I can put it. So, I feel like, I guess everyone in every crypto ecosystem, again, perspective, right? They all feel like their coin's the best. They all feel like that they're doing the right thing, that they're going to win. They're going to get the, whatever X and all this stuff. But I think, again, RHMax for the ideals, I like what Richard stands for. I like a lot of the things he believes in. I think he's a force for good in the world. He's going to do a lot of good things. I want to be a part of an ecosystem. And the ideals that a person like that puts out there delivers on. And that means a lot to me. The price means a lot to me. The community and people surrounding me mean a lot to me. So that's how I make my decision to stay here, believe in it, get on stream sometimes every day for a long period of time. That's how I think about it. So it's not even hopium. It's more of like just kind of like this rational understanding of, I talked about the other day, anybody have a backup plan? I don't. And I don't say that of ignorance or coldishism, or I don't know what the word for that is, but I say that out of, once you find a product like this in a community like this and a man who's, fighting for these kinds of things, again, I'm a pragmatic libertarian, and, I don't like everything that comes out of Richard's mouth, but boy, do I agree with a lot of it. And I don't know, you got to bet on something, right? You got to believe it. If, at least for me, I feel like I have to believe in something. And this is one of those things I believe in. I see the numbers. I like my chances. It doesn't always feel good to say that. And I think that's kind of the point. I think I measure myself by how I react when things aren't going, when we have red candles. Maybe that's a good way to think about it. I like to measure myself by how I react when things aren't going super well. Things aren't going to the moon. And the decisions I make from that shows me, where my belief is. That shows me, what my goals are, how true I'm going to be to them. So it almost, again, I'm trying to think of, I attempt to remove the need for hopium, because I don't like looking at the price, especially when don't plan on selling. And I try to look at other things other than price in order to, kind of gauge myself and see what I'm doing isn't working. Is it fitting in with what my plan is? And just because things look how they are now, do I think they're going to continue to look that way, or do I think they're going to go up and to the right? And I make decisions from there. So I try to not rely on good news. Try to not rely on hopium. Try to not rely on needing external things to, get me pumped up and keep me in the ecosystem. I just go back to my principles, what I believe, the data I see, and delayed gratification, long-term mindset type of thing. So that's a long-winded way of saying, hope that makes sense to you. What's good, Hex Monkey? Good to see you, man. Met you in Miami. Good times there. You are to Detour. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I thought it was something with Detour, but didn't quite get that out of it. Now that you said it, I like that. Yeah. We're a diamond hand community. We'll get through this bear come out strong on the other side. I think so. What's your take on internet wallet, Max? I have not. You're talking about internet money wallet. I've had KG on the show a couple times. I mean, it's out there. People use it. It's just one of those things where, there's just some projects that I'm more interested in the others. I definitely consider using it every once in a while when I'm like, God, MetaMask, you just keep going the wrong direction. So you never know. One day I might install it, use it, stuff like that. They do have tokenomics, which is interesting as well. So I don't know. I'm hoping Richard builds a wallet. I'm hoping we get that, and that becomes something that we can use as well. Community wallets are great as well. Again, I support builders who are building things that support our ecosystem. KG and friends seem to be making, they deliver. They've been making products. So they shipped. That's more than a lot of people can say, I guess, as well. But yeah, I haven't heard many complaints about it. Honestly, I've heard everyone who used it seems to like it. I just don't have, I don't have any review for you on it, but I've heard a lot of good things. I'll say that. Kincaid, honey, what's up, man? We need to do a stream. It's been a while. Talk about some Scivive. Talk about some longevity, man. Did a really good stream. If you want to interested in longevity, search. I got a playlist on the channel. Just search RHMax longevity. It'll probably come up. Me and Kincaid, honey, chopped up a stream we did a while back. But yeah, we're due for another stream, man. Let me know when you want to talk some more living longer. Good stuff. Oh, also, other than just saying hello to you, I should read what you said. Hex hasn't changed. There's definitely some look in the mirror every once in a while, and it's like, I don't know. I don't see a lot of negativity on Twitter. I try to literally explicitly mute it out, block it out. But I don't know. I know it's hard. You get emotional, you go back and forth with people and stuff like that. Thankfully, I've honed the ability to just avoid doing that more often than not. So yeah, there's a lot of negativity out there, unfortunately, but I hope, if we had green candles, a lot of it will be solved. Unfortunately, I don't know when that's going to come. So in the meantime, we're going to have to do it ourselves. Plus, now the community has, does somebody say Burbear? Burbear's back. What's up? Thanks, Adam. Thanks for giving me a reason to show Burbear. Yep, no other community has Burbear. That's true. Burbear is the hero we have asked for in chat from time to time. As regards today, we are yes, you do the work. That's one of the most fundamental and meaningful and just amazing things I've taken to heart that he's ever said. You do the work. I took it to heart. Out here trying to do some work. Wind Moon Sir, what's up, Tofu? Yep, you tell me. You tell me. Because that is something I'm not an expert on. I'm not an expert on moons. I know it when I see it. I'll say that. But when and how we get there, guess as good as mine. Now, Hexing, this is an awesome community. The world will know it eventually. I know it started really, really small, and it got so much bigger. And then it's kind of just like fractured and went back and forth in different groups and subgroups. And that's what, once you get so big, that's just supposed to happen. It's natural. I just hope that all the subgroups and all the different people with different agendas or we all get aligned back again. And I think green candles helps that. But if we're relying on green candles to help that, that's something that's, it's not foolproof. So we could oscillate back and forth between infighting and not infighting and everyone being okay. And then, it's like the meme, we're back. Oh, we're so back. Oh, we're not back, and all that meme I keep seeing DCZ post. So that's where preparation and opportunity meet. That's true, Mr. Chuck. That's great. That's a great saying. I talk on the mindset streams. I talk about luck surface area, different mental models around that, where you want to, if you want to be more lucky, quote lucky, there's different ways to describe luck. And I've talked about that too, but you basically, the way to do that is to be sensitive to opportunities, create a environment where luck kind of comes to you, where you've learned so much, you did so much, you've contributed so much, you've entertained so many different ideas and possibilities that eventually luck comes to you. And I'm not talking about coins or anything else, but just in general, you kind of create this luck surface area where you increase the surface area of you getting lucky, but luck is really just, it's just inevitable once you learn to hone your ability to be sensitive to good opportunities. I'm not explaining it very well. I've talked more about it in other streams, but that's one way to look at it. Should I LP Hedron ICOSA or wait for conversion at Hedron ICOSA? I don't know. I think it's going to be a while before we get Hedron V2, or ICOSA Hedron, I guess you would say. So I imagine a lot of people are going to be LPing and staking and doing all kinds of stuff, because it's, as far as I know, Alex talked about, it's going to be you're going to be able to migrate your stakes and otherwise over to. So I don't know. If you don't convert, aka migrate, will Hedron go to zero? I think that's a community thing. I think the way Alex talked about it was more of, there'll be a period where you can convert. If you don't convert, then hey, you're playing with the other coins. I don't know. I don't see them going to, I have no idea, but I'm not planning as if they're going to zero. I'll say that. But also, I imagine I'll migrate a lot of my stuff because I want to play on the latest and greatest, right? Especially if Alex makes something new. Sounds pretty good to me. When will HEX come back? When more people start buying it. I don't know. I mean, I've just fundamentally speaking, I don't know. I imagine when the macros come back, if you believe we're correlated, then that could affect HEX as well. So in general, we've hit a lot of FUD. We've hit a lot of bad news. We've hit a lot of, red candles and stock splits and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. It's like, are we one of those fighters that we're kind of just like weaving back? Okay, all right. But we get a drink from the water bottle or the milkshake, the scrumptious donut, and then we come back stronger than ever. Certainly hope so. Happy super blue moon tonight. I'm gonna look outside. I didn't know it was a blue moon. I have to look outside. Thanks for a reminder on that. Reading from the HEX archive chat from Telegram. It'll give anyone a hope in a bear market. All you need to do is post. Yeah, gosh, what was the site for that? I think I put that. There's somebody put that on the web. You can search it. It's really, really good. Yeah, check that. Boy, I wish I had this. I had the link for that the other day. I have to look for it. Maybe I have it in my notes somewhere. very, very interesting place. You can search for, you can get like the HEX white paper, like the closest thing we have to white paper. It's on there too. I'm gonna wrap up soon. You guys got any questions? Get them in the chat. Can't promise we'll get it to everything. Oh yeah, this hex.pub. There you go. It is hex.pub. I'll post this in chat. Guys, check it out if you want to look at search for, if it's still up, search for all that stuff on the Hex Telegram. Yeah, I'll just go to it real quick. Yeah, it's still up. Cool. So cool. First messages here. Code is being written. Yeah. All by myself. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, you can search messages. I mean, to go for like, white paper. You can also search for like Google Docs, docs.google.com. And you can look at the Google Docs for sharing for different feedback and getting all that stuff too. So check it out. That's something I don't see anyone talk about. Somebody tweeted about it the other day, and I was like, that is very, very cool and amazing. But like, I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So there is that. I think we're gonna wrap up. Again, just let me scroll down real quick, see if there's anything funny. HEX community is brain dead. It kind of people like Sony make them co-part. It seems like just such a general tweet. It doesn't even resonate with me at all. It's just like this. You could literally replace HEX with anything that people don't like. There's no, when I see something I don't understand, a lot of times I'm like, oh, do you have a reference? Do you have a link? Do you have an example? Some of these comments are just like, you could replace it with anything the person just don't feel good about that day. Boy, incentive token. I gotta say though, that one's the one where it went down and it was like, the farms were going amazing. APY was incredible. It was getting factored in when incentive coin was $35 and $25 and $14 and then $5 and then seeing it at $1.21. That's got to be I don't know. That one's a little hard to believe for me because it is literally the narrative of liquidity and farming and the lifeblood of the ecosystem, and it makes sense. I'm not confused by it being down. But I still don't believe the narrative of it being the dump forever token. I think people are building on it too in the community as well. Maybe Tetra has some stuff where we can stake it otherwise. But just in general, I mean, it's just the bear market. It's just the whole ecosystem's down. But incentive coin being at $1, kind of crazy. Just unexpected for it to go that low to me. Yeah, very interesting. HEX is a Ponzi. It's bleeding. Oh, same guy that's up there. It's bleeding. Add no zero to the front. Ponzi. That's fast. New blood. Close to time to wake up. Again. It's just like there's just no evidence of that. So yeah, I don't get it. Shout out to Super X. He makes a lot of TikToks and stuff. Good stuff. 75K active HEX users. Q2 2023. Yeah, third most active quarter. Shout out to this person, Darby Sold, right there. Shout out to them. That's a good information right there. HEX Twitter's practically dead. Thank God. That's funny. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it dead. I've heard what Corey said the other day. He was like, oh, it felt pretty dead. Maybe that was around August 21st, but might take a day off or so, but I ain't never seen it feel that dead. Yeah, 95% is crazy. Crazy. And Incentive token being down so much. That is one of the most unexpected things, I'll say that. Especially after it showed so much strength. And the farms were going crazy. Boy, those are good times. Good time. First couple months of PulseChain were incredible. Especially if you're farming. Yeah, Paul says. 90. I mean, only if you believe it's going to go back up, Paul. Bobby, only if you believe it's going to go back up. It's Marley Analytics. I'm simply just waiting on Coast to really start running AML requirements. Yeah, I mean, I do prefer no KYC stuff, but hey, Coast is making a product that you're able to get money into crypto, and to do that in most countries and most jurisdictions, otherwise, they have some sort of identification. So, getting money in like that, I think having our own stablecoin, have our own native liquidity instead of just relying on the bridge for value. All those products, very, very hard problems to solve, hard products to run. It's been so much to get this thing running, and it can only, as long as the partners, knock on wood, all the partners go good, all the on ramps, all their pipes and all their infrastructure is going well. I can only imagine the platform will get better and allow more people to get on there instead of using Coinbase and otherwise. We can't be gatekept. Like, it's much less likely for a community to gatekeep their own people than it is relying on outside services to get money into products that you like. So anything that gets money into, gets real money in and out of PulseChain is not easy to do, and definitely something that I support, like integral pieces of the community like that. Very good. Ink farmers for change. Oh, Adam, I know. One day, I hope Ink has its goal. It doesn't need to go to $80, but once it makes, if Ink makes farming great again, that's going to be fun. Farming was really fun first couple months. I'm not saying I'm not farming anymore. I'm just saying, APIs and everything looked a lot cooler when Ink wasn't $1. Not giving up on it all, but it is what it is. Macros are poop right now, as Air friend Somi would say. Let's see. I think I'm gonna wrap it up on that. Some more conspiracies, seems like. Someone warned about HEX being a scam 3 years ago. Really? I'm trying to save them. It's not down 99.99%. Come on. It's only down like 90, I don't know, 90-some percent. Maybe 99%. I don't know. Critic says wrong or all dead silent. I don't know about them being silent. Maybe they just don't hear you or don't want to interact. I would say that. But another conversation about HEX's upsides and downsides and the risks with HEX and stuff. I think a lot of people would entertain that conversation, but most people don't want to do that, right? They just want to say their opinion. What is a 550th largest network? That's funny. Never heard it quite explained like that. Oh, here's my tweet. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up. You guys get to see me just doom scroll on Twitter on HEX dead threads. Pretty fun. Pretty fun every once in a while, just to go live with you guys and talk about this stuff. Hope that was helpful. I know I got my fill tonight. Got a milkshake in. I got an unconcerned empty milkshake right here. There's proof. Yeah, appreciate y'all joining me. I was going to do a stream tomorrow, but I think the couple people, their time zones got messed up, so I don't think we're going to do one. I might stream it, I might not, but if not, Friday, Mad Gains Mindset at, I believe, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern with Gold Key. Should be a great conversation. Other than that, that's all I got for you. Scivive and 5555. We are out.